Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Uxtsuki. You know something that the people in digital painting makes a lot and it gives a very cool feeling is the management of light. So first I wanted to talk about the light position. Alright, I refer with myself, alright, I don't usually say this out loud. I set the light using like this way. You have the top, mid, and bottom. So where the light is located, we have the left, center, and right. And I also use front, back, and in same plane. So I have these three different distinctions from the light source because these will set where the shadows will be cast, like the direction of the shadow you cast. These will also imply depth and my highlights. So this makes a lot of sense to me. So I label the lights like in this way, but these people from digital painting usually makes also separate lights in hierarchy. So usually you have the main light, the main source of light. So this can be obviously anyone, and this main source of light will obviously dictate the shadows and the highlights basically. But they also use a lot of secondary lights, and these secondary lights could be two things: bounce lights or ambient light. I already talked about this, but bounce light and ambient light is basically the light hitting some other things. It might be another object, the fog, the wall. So this kind of turns them into ambient light and they bounce back into our main subject. So these are considered secondary lights, but they also might use another, like a secondary source of light, the same way that we have the primary light. So for example, if I have a window right here and the light kind of do something like this, usually outside, for example, it can be green plus blue, the light bring through, and also yellow. So usually the outside would bring one of these three main colors. Obviously it might be different ones, it's just an example. And entering the house. In the house I have an object such as, I don't know, just a weird chair, for example, and the light that is entering like a blue light will turns this like a bit purple. All right, the light of this red chair would bounce back into the environment, or even the light is coming from different directions, so actually also could just enter by the other part of the window. Hit, for example, the wood floor, so we have a brownish, reddish color as well, and bounce back into the chair as well. So now we have a secondary light. This video is very short because this is the idea. You might have any number of light sources, they might be different colors. I just wanted to talk as well just about one small thing, that is about the light progression. I showed you that you might use that hyperbolic way to pick colors, right? And that is a good way. But some people say that the light progression is a bit more predictable. So usually we have, for example, numbers, right? So we have how much the light will come from 100% to 0%. So usually it's something like this. We have the color itself, we have 1 less, we have 3 less, 6 less, 7 less, 8 less, 9 less, 11 less, 13 less, 23 less, and the rest. These may vary a bit because actually I kinda changed some middle numbers of it, but this is something like the light progression. How fast a light from a main source usually decays into darkness. So even though you might have way more numbers between the midtones, like how average lighted color would be, and the shadows, but this is a good example of how dark something might get. I talked about light diffusion in materials. Some materials have this decrement of light way faster than this, and some others way lower than this. This is a good an example. And why we have way more colors in here and less colors in here? I read that our eyes are way easier to distinguish light colors than dark colors. So for example, if we have this color and just three less of light, we could tell them apart easier from a shadow with three more of light. So even though they are hard to distinguish, we are way more capable to tell these two colors apart than these two. Even though I can feel the difference between these two, if I just like look this fast, I would say these have like a white and pink, and this one is very, I don't know, maybe could be the same thing. So the decrement of shadows usually happens in this way because of two things. We are better to distinguish light colors. Secondly, for example, these could totally be midtone of something, and this could be the shadow. This would be read as this. So, but if this and just three less of light would be used, this wouldn't like make difference. So this is the point, right? So thanks for watching and see you in the next video.